Action.
Yes. Should I be like Claire?
Yeah, please. Just
While I get set, the more comedy that you're able to add, the better. All right, Kate, welcome. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. So, I've been thinking, talking, sitting down the other day with a member about goal setting and just having a consultation with people.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be kind of fun just to do that with you a little bit.
Ooh.
Okay, and just share some of your goals, aspirations, as well as just give people maybe a little bit of what that might look like and what that's like.
Sure.
Okay, so if I were to just ask you, why do you train? Why do you come to do your ticker training here at TreeTown? What would your answer be?
As of why do I come right now today, or why did I start altogether?
Why
They're similar.
Yeah. Well, maybe let's start with where you want to start.
Well, the reason I continue on training here and putting my full trust into the program is because I love it. You know, it appeals to how I like to fitness. I mean, I would say workout, but it's not just working out.
Yeah. I like the word train. I like to actually train and put that volume of work in.
And I feel like my body responds really well. I feel good. I feel that I'm happy with how I look. And it's fun, not only in the community and environment standpoint. You know, I love being around everybody, but it's really fun to challenge myself and be successful in what I choose to do.
Okay, what does success look like to you?
In training?
Yes.
Right, like I don't have to be top of the leaderboard. I don't have to lift the most weight. I want to be able to feel like I'm able to do everything that's asked of me in a way that I'm pushing myself farther than, you know, just walking to town to get coffee. You know, something. I'm not someone that's going to choose to go out for a run for fitness and fun. It doesn't feel good to me, and I think part of that is I'm not trained in it. You know, I don't run, but I feel like at the end of my training that, you know, the endorphins from the energy, the feeling good about what I did and how I feel and how I look.
Okay. What does success look like in your life?
That happiness, that happy family, you know, going to sleep every night without 1,800 things on my mind, waking up being excited to be awake, being happy, wanting to spend time with the people that I love. Okay.
And then I asked you what would be one of your main focuses or goals to try to accomplish before the end of 2018, and what did you say?
Well, it was funny that I said that I didn't actually have one. I don't have the aspirations to, you know, deadlift 400 pounds. So in terms of like a fitness, I relate a lot of my life to fitness because it is what I do the most. I spend my most amount of time here. Sure. Outside of my family. You know, obviously I want my family to be happy and healthy, but, you know, to pick a personal goal for myself, it was hard beyond just continuing getting better, you know, continuing to be healthy, and improving at the gym, even in little things, feeling like, you know, I'm terrible for noting things on the whiteboard. I'm terrible at recording things in sugar wad, that the numbers themselves aren't, on the top of my list of success. Like I don't like to gauge myself by any number, but to feel like, hey, that workout, that felt really awesome. I feel like I went really fast. Or my back squats felt amazing and I didn't have pain. So that was the perfect heaviness for me.
Got it. And you're okay with that as your barometer and your measurement?
Yes. The one thing that I do find is that I need to figure out a way to challenge myself. So, you know, I did a Pinoy test yesterday, and I found my base was pretty similar to where I have been training and what I expected. And that's kind of where I've been for a while. And so trying to pick something to make it better, my first immediate thought was, let's lower that FAF heart rate and see, you know, challenge myself to do the same amount of work at a lower heart rate. Can I increase the capacity that way? And then maybe to always be on that higher end of weight, challenge myself with weights. That just is a open-ended goal of getting stronger.
Yeah.
Focusing on.
It's pretty. That statement in general is pretty open-ended, Kate.
It all is.
Just like you're pretty open-ended with not wanting to put your scores, or just not that you don't want to, that you just don't.
Right.
It's not a priority to you.
Right.
It's pretty open-ended.
That should be a goal. Record some sugar wash.
I don't know. It just depends on where your priorities lie. Right?
Yeah.
So you've said, you talk a little bit about goals in the gym, which you're just kind of like, you want to continue a status quo. It sounds like to me, you're happy with where you're at. You're enjoying the progress. There's some little things that maybe you'd like to see yourself improve at. And I just, stop me if I'm wrong. I'm just reiterating what you're saying. Okay. I'd like to know maybe some of your goals outside of the gym. Like either relationships, personal development, whatever.
There's life beyond these walls. My life outside of the gym, I go home and I spend my time hanging out with my kids. We're planning a couple trips. So, goals would be to not kill them while traveling.
Yeah.
Enjoy my family. Make sure that I'm eating well and sleeping well so that I'm a happy person outside of the gym. To live in the moment with them, whatever we decide to do. Can you help me describe, or can you help me envision what maybe a happy moment is like for you? Well, we're planning this weekend. So right now it's Thursday. We're looking at, this weekend we're going to go to a picnic, and then we're going to go to the zoo, and we're going to a kite fest. And, a goal for just small goal this weekend is be present. Really spend the time with my kids, engaging with them, playing, flying kites. Not be distracted by anything else that's weighing on my mind. By text from me asking you things about TreeTown. Or even silly things like, oh man, it'd be really fun to do in GOAT. And this is, I'm very passionate about my work and about the stuff we're doing here. And I do tend to let it take over my life. Yeah. Now, that's not a bad thing. Living with passion. I live a life that I'm able to do something that I'm passionate about. Yeah. And I want my family to be as passionate about them too. But sometimes they're, penguins. So can I just rehash what you said? What will be a successful, happy weekend, or what a happy time looks like outside of these walls is you being present with your kids, enjoying their time, and your husband, and being in that moment and not being distracted by outside influences. Right, doing something active, being outside. And connecting with them. So it's hard to put a goal on that. No, it's not a concrete thing. It's a lifestyle choice. That's as concrete as anything else we do, in my opinion. And to relate that to a specific goal, if I was murdering myself in here, and I remember a time, working out really hard and being too sore to walk to the farmer's market. Right. My legs hurt. I wanted to go home and sit down, take a nap. Right. Yeah, so I was kind of going in that same direction. Right. That you have a very full life. Right. Right. You're always here. Right. And then every time I do chat with you on the weekends or text on the weekends, you're usually busy doing something with your family. You don't. Right. So, I just wanted to. Okay, next thing. Moving on. What is one of your goals for either your personal or professional development? To help you grow, to help you become better, something that you'd like to see yourself accomplish that's going to, continue to inspire others. Right. I would love to get the ticker training program launched. I would love to have clients, one-on-one clients. What does that look like? You say one-on-one clients. Right. So having, Bob from the street. Actually, I ran into a friend downtown today. I took a long walk. And I ran into a friend, and he knows what we're doing. And I'm like, when am I going to see you? When can you come and work out with me? Got it. And so let's take that guy, Steve, and be like, he's got 2 little kids. He's got a stressful job. I would love to have Steve, bring him in here, have that goal-setting consultation, and help him make health a priority in his life, because it's not right now necessarily. Yeah, and that would be fulfilling to you. Yeah. Cool. Different than, I love coaching. I love the group environment. I love the, everything we do on a large scale here, and I would love to start branching that off and getting people that are either intimidated or need something besides what they can get.
Yeah, you're talking about becoming an actual coach.
Right.
Right, and helping align their priorities with...
Right. And not just an hour-a-day workout where you do some biking and ab mats. I'm talking lifestyle.
Yeah. Well, that's where this Tickers training is going, is being able to relate to people and make this a more personalized touch, and to make sure that we're connecting with people and helping them and inspiring them to understand that being fit, being healthy, being happy helps them live a fuller, better, greater life, right? So
be like me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a very happy, fulfilled person.
Cool.
And I want to share that.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so I asked you what were your 5 goals, right? And what did you say?
Family health.
Or no, I said what were your 5 priorities?
Right. So my 5 priorities were family, health, happiness, sleep, and fitness.
Okay.
Fitness ended up outside of health just because I couldn't think of a 5th one.
Got it. Fair. Okay, so now I don't know if I'm going to make you uncomfortable now or not, but I want to point out. I actually previously asked, what do you 3 things you spend the majority of every day doing, and what did you say?
Number 1 thing is food prep.
Got it.
I whine about that every day when I stand in my kitchen for an hour doing food prep.
Got it.
Otherwise, coaching and engaging with members, and then my own aerobic training.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to show a little bit of alignment here of why you're being successful, right? You said your number 1 priority is what?
Yeah, family.
Yeah, and then you spend your most time doing what?
Food prep.
Okay, and how do those 2 relate?
I do all the food prep for the entire family. In my mind.
And why is that so important to you?
It's important to me, and I relate this to our health throughout the year, that I ensure that our, family, me, my kids, my husband, are properly fueled, and it makes us happy and healthy.
Got it.
We weren't sick
Do
last year.
they all agree with you on this?
I don't think they think about it. It's just done.
Got it.
Their meals are just put in front of them, and they eat that.
You've put that on your plate.
And that's a huge priority for me, to make sure that I'm fueling us properly so that we can go on in our lives and do whatever we're passionate about. I think that, health and nutrition are the foundations of everything.
Got it. All right. And then you said you spend the second most amount of time coaching?
Coaching and engaging with members here. I mean, I spend X amount of time, in coaching hours, and I spend a lot of time hanging out at this gym, chatting with people, and I love that. It's my community, it's my circle. That's how I can spend 12 hours a day here and maybe work out for a couple of them, but be busy for the entire day.
Got it. And how does that relate to family, health, and happiness? Can you correlate those 3 together with your coaching and engaging? So
short of my husband that refuses to step foot anywhere near here, and on him,
why is that?
It's funny.
Is it just he just looks at this is
mine. He's like, that's your passion, that's your thing.
Yeah.
And I think he wants to let me be a person outside of him.
Cool.
It doesn't need to be where we're together. That being said, the fact that I bring my kids in here and they see this environment where people are active in their lifestyles, and health and happiness for themselves, that's paramount to me. That's everything.
So you related your family into
Right.
your coaching, and you're engaging with your members, right?
Yeah. And they get to see me doing something that I love.
Yeah.
That is not, they get to see me working out, obviously, but also helping people. And I think that's important, that kids see parents doing things that they
Got it. So you touched on happiness with your family.
Right.
And then do you feel, without saying it, probably relates to your family's health and your health as well, correct? Yes.
Sure. I mean, it's setting a good example. Not just with me, but the people that walk through these doors too.
Yeah. And then you've got this thing here, sleep.
It makes me tired to talk all day. Sleep I put in there in importance just because I know for me, my husband gets very little sleep. And so he teases me all the time, like, you're not tired. You get 7-8 hours a night.
Do you actually?
I do. I mean, it's broken. I'm in bed for more than that hours.
Really?
Without children, I would sleep a solid 7 to 10 hours every night.
So you go to bed at what time?
9.
And you wake up at?
5.
Okay. That's awesome. I thought that was where I was going to be able to help you.
No, you train Midge to sleep all night. That would help
Got
me.
it. Yeah.
She likes to wake me up and tell me she's hot.
Well, if she's hot, you got to help her with that. All right. And then you've got your third thing that you spend the majority of your days doing, aerobic training.
My aerobic training.
And why do you do that?
Because I love it.
And why do you love it?
I'm good at it.
Ah. Okay.
It's one of those things, and this is a goal, an open-ended goal of mine, that I want to get stronger. Now, I know as a person, even today, so I haven't had a whole lot of time to work out today.
Are you going to tell me why you want to get stronger? Is that where you're going with this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll go out there and do the CrossFit WOD because it's really fun.
Right.
You know, it's some aerobic training and
Gets you moving.
it gets me moving. I have a great time.
You don't have any real trouble with it.
No, it's easy. Now, if I only had a short amount of time, I'd take out that strength portion. And I want to say, you know, it doesn't appeal to my ADD tendencies, my wanting to move all the time. Strength work, you need to, you know, lift a couple times and wait, you know, and recover and rest. And not big picture, but like in the moment.
It takes a lot more focus in the moment.
Right. And skill development, I've just never, I mean, short of starting CrossFit, I had never played with a barbell before.
Got it.
You know, strength training was the machines or just body weight stuff. So I'm not, my lifting age is really young.
Yeah.
And that needs developed. And if I have to pick one thing to work on, like, I need to develop it. That's an area of my life that I'm not skilled in that I use frequently.
Okay.
That I could actually
You say
help
need.
with.
You say need. What's the need?
100% of everything. You know, just,
Yeah.
it's something I don't do, so I probably should do it. Maybe I need
Who
it.
says?
I don't know.
It can be your decision.
Well,
You
it could
could-
be. Something in my head says that I need it. Part of it is I do, I mean, being here, being a good example for my kids and my
Yeah.
members and being full circle. Like,
That's why you say you need to do it,
sure.
right? You feel
Lead
like
by example.
Yeah, it's going to help you be a better leader, be a better coach. That's what I'm guessing. I don't want to put that on you.
I feel like, too, the aerobic training we do, the MAP training, I'm pretty good at. It's totally
You're really good at it.
my thing.
Yeah.
How can I make it more challenging? Move heavier weights faster.
Right. And why do you want to do that?
Just a challenge. You know, you don't get better at life by doing the same thing over and over. You don't make changes by not changing anything and expecting a different result.
Will it help any of your current priorities?
Getting stronger?
Yeah.
Maybe I'd be happier. I don't know.
Okay.
It would challenge me, and I do.
Do you like challenges?
I do enjoy a good challenge.
Yeah.
It'd be nice for my family to see me take something on and be successful. I
Okay.
mean, who doesn't want to emulate that?
All right. So can I ask you a question? I want to know I want to know in your family, and then I want to know in the gym, and then I want to know either personal or professional development. Okay. I want one thing for each to work on. That you feel would enhance your life if you were better at each one of these. Start with your family.
That's what I'm thinking about.
What could you do better with them?
Probably being more present. You know, putting my phone down.
Yeah. And what does that look like to you? Like, you know, set the scene. Being more present.
Well,
Because I can tell you what it means for me. Right? It means my son never having to say, are you listening to me, Dad?
right.
Right? So,
Well, I can, you know, I feel like I'm relatively present with Midge. Midge is a force in her own, and I spend a lot of hours with her engaging. Now, Arlo being older, he spends a lot more time kind of on his own.
and he's good at that. He enjoys that. So
He
it's
does.
easy for you to
I mean,
just say,
all
go play.
together we're like a family of cats, and we hope to be in the same space doing all of our individual things.
Yeah.
And I would love to work on that. We never have, shame on us, family dinner ever. And I can make a variety of excuses for that. Now, Chris and I do eat.
It's funny because
Being these goals, you would think that would be something.
family dinner and food prep spending so much time, right?
Right.
So does everybody just kind of eat on their own or all
The
day
kids
whenever
eat.
they're hungry?
Well, no, the kids eat early together with Chris, and then he and I eat together later. And Arlo often will sit with us while we eat. And that's when he wants to engage. Probably because it's bedtime. And we are quite often either looking at our phones, trying to clear out emails.
Sure.
We push him off too much.
Yeah. Okay.
So something like being present on that, not pushing the kids off because we're busy with life.
Do you have any ideas of how you could be more present?
That's just trying.
Trying. Okay.
Right.
But you talked about family dinners.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't want to eat at 5 o'clock.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Like family dinners, we could make an effort to do it on the weekends. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you feel that would enhance your life if you guys all sat down for a meal at least once a week?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay. Does it sound like something you'd want to prioritize?
There's something else I could do is involve the kids in the meal prep instead. If we want to eat whenever we're hungry and the kids want to eat dinner at 5 because Mitch goes to bed at 6:30 or 7, then maybe instead I could engage them with help cooking. And I do it all myself because I'm a control freak and it's easier and faster for me just to do it.
Okay. Well, what would it look like if the kids helped you, though?
We would engage more. There's no screens in food prep.
Right. Like, I love that idea because then you can, teach your kids how to use a knife, teach your kids how to, take some pride if they do the work, they're more apt to eat it.
Right. And why we eat the way we eat. Right now, it's just placed in front of them.
So is that something that is important enough to you that you'd maybe want to start, like, at least doing maybe...
Oh, sure.
Okay. You feel like if you added that to your life, it'd be a positive?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. And then, what was my next one?
In my training?
Yeah, in your training.
I wish that I had a love for numbers so that I could put a number on, I want a back squat X, front squat Y. Get stronger is a goal, and I don't know how I will know when I'm stronger.
Well, okay, so I can help you with that. Right?
Right.
If you say you want to get stronger, we have to know where we start.
Right. So actually do the testing.
Well, a relative test at least.
Right.
And then you have to log and score throughout.
Right. So you can see those numbers go up.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of trying to get at here, is this actually a priority? Because if it's truly a priority, you won't have any trouble doing that because that's a proven method to helping that happen.
Right.
Or do we need to find another way other than logging scores for you?
Right.
To help you ensure that you know if you're getting stronger or not.
There are two holes I feel in my training. One is my just raw brute strength. I'm not a very big person, so I don't have high expectations of being, as strong as the ginormous. Ginormous isn't the right word.
You're trying to be realistic here, right?
Right.
But that's your own perception of you, just so you know.
Right. So obviously, getting bigger numbers and moving them through workouts.
What's a big number to you?
I don't know. That's my point.
Where are you at now with your back squat? Let's just say.
The last back squat I tested was a while back, and it was 200 pounds.
And how much do you weigh?
130. Radio land.
All right. Like, you realize, like, is that one and...
It's a great back squat. Like, yeah. I can't imagine. That's one of my things.
Yeah. You feel relatively satisfied with that then, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so then what about I'm just looking for, why do you say you have to get stronger? Well, I guess... I'm wondering where this feeling or need...
I don't know that I could back squat 200 pounds right now. I don't know. I haven't tested it.
Well, I guess...
That would be a place to start. Test that and see how far off I am.
I am still trying to get to, why is getting stronger a goal?
In our training, I feel like the whole goal of training is to move the heaviest weight as fast as possible for you. And
I'll take that I want to make sure I get my mission with the least amount of effort as needed.
Right. So you can always improve that. You can always move heavier weight. And I tend to skip the weightlifting portions or kind of go with, I'm going to work on form today and go lighter. I don't make myself uncomfortable with the weights.
Right. So I'm just trying to relate to you that maybe getting stronger isn't as much of a priority as you think to you.
Oh, it's not. It's just me picking something.
Got it. Okay, well, that's fair.
Right.
All right.
I mean, the opposite is the fact that my ceiling, my, sprinty VO2 max training.
These two things go in line.
Uh-huh.
It's not very good is what you were about to say, right?
It's not very good, and I would much rather train strength than train that uncomfortable top end.
Yeah, well, as you get stronger, the ability to express the top end will get better. Those two things correlate very much. So do you feel that getting stronger and being able to express that top end will be able to help you relate to athletes a little bit?
Absolutely.
Will it make you a better coach?
Sure.
Okay. Is it important enough to you to help your athletes and to help yourself to start logging your scores?
Sure.
Okay. So that would be one of the things that I would give you to work on, right?
Yeah.
And then personal or professional development.
I feel like professionally we're scratching the surface of something huge with a lot of the ticker programs we have. And I feel like I want to be more confident in how to grow it. I would love to, the GOAT program too, it's great. But the GOAT program had a big leap, and now I'm to the point where what's next? So professionally,
you've established it.
Right. So what's next? How do I grow it? Do I go outside of the gym? And I don't know how to do those things. I feel like my level of comfort in...
Well, keep in mind what you're doing right now, that sitting down with me daily to go through this and to, when you do the programming, you're that's all learning, and that's all getting the word out. That's all building the GOAT program.
Right. So getting more people back there, does that mean going out to outside sources and saying, hey, we're doing something really cool? Does that mean getting a GOAT Instagram and flooding social media with, look at these awesome people and they're, doing these things?
Right. Why do you want to get more people back there?
That just goes on to I want everyone to be happy and healthy and, taking charge of their wellness.
And you feel like that's an avenue to help people do that?
Absolutely. And I think that there's not programs like that anywhere else. Got it.
Okay, so that's a priority to you, yes? To get more and more people back there training in GOAT.
Yeah.
Okay, what are your limitations right now? You said you're not confident in how to get people back there or what you need to do?
One of my goals is to not look at my phone as much. Well, obviously, having that Instagram or that Facebook and pushing it that way. I know for CrossFit, when we do a good job of putting out on social media these things, then suddenly it's like members are more engaged. Mm-hmm. So maybe I need to take a chunk of time a day and, put it online. I don't know. I don't use Twitter. I don't use a lot of the stuff the kids do these days. Yeah. I wouldn't know the first thing about marketing it. I know how to market once I have the audience. I know how to write, but I don't know how to start.
Okay.
Do I need to go to bike shops and give them a flyer? That kind of thing. I don't know.
Flyers are dead.
Well, yeah, because there's...
In my opinion.
Yeah. They make nice hats.
Okay.
Same thing with tickers. We get that moving and up and going. How are we going to find the people?
Yeah.
That's something that I don't know how to do, and that needs to be a goal to figure out.
Needs to be a goal to figure out. Okay, so now we need to look at avenues. I don't necessarily have all of those answers either.
Right.
So you're now, what I'm hearing is you're feeling like you're doing a lot as far as your learning of in the trenches, yes? Mm-hmm. Just conversation, working with athletes. You're growing your knowledge in that regard. Yeah. But where you're lacking is getting that message out and attracting new people to what you're doing.
Sure. There are small steps, like the gymnastics certificate that's coming up.
Sure.
Loading my toolbox with other ideas and skill, that'll be great. Yeah. Reading more material, listening to more podcasts on other coaches and stuff like that, on endurance training and running training. And
maybe how to get more people in your gym.
Are there books for that?
Yeah. Well, maybe not directly to Jim, but
Right.
So I just I'll share this with you. I'm just looking at a book now. It's like either story economics or storyonomics, and then there's also creating the storybook brand. I just downloaded it. It's on my phone that we're.
Oh.
There we are. Hi.
Hey.
Right. I'll share that with you.
Oh.
And so far the little bit that I've gotten into it, it's basically just being able to send a clear message of what you're actually doing, and we'll use the term selling because we are selling fitness and happiness, but we're also selling, the opportunity, like you said, to help inspire people to be happier and healthier and to live a bigger life, right?
Right.
So, all right. Okay, so if you were to take anything away from this meeting, or that I would love to be able to inspire you to maybe take on with this.
Yeah.
Because you've talked about being more present with your family.
Yeah.
You already sound like you do a really nice job of that, but you just feel like maybe you could align a couple things maybe a little better.
Sure.
You talk a lot about maybe, your meal prepping and spending time with your kids.
Right.
So, like, can you envision, like, right now, if you close your eyes, can you see Sunday, you and your kids meal prepping together, or is it a different day? Is it Monday mornings? Just one day a week, or one day a month? What's realistic to you?
Well, realistically, when we do the big, which we do several days, it never aligns on a day. The day that we cook all the chicken and all the beef, we grill, and Chris and I do this together. Involving them in that instead of, losing them to the basement or outside instead.
Got it. So what are some things that they can do? Like
they could chop, help make marinades. They can help run food in and out to the grill. They can,
just be part of it.
Well, even being part of choosing what we're going to eat for the week.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
There you go. Now you're onto something.
Right.
So maybe before you start your food prep, you involve them in that process right away.
Right.
And say, what are we going to eat this week?
Right.
Cool. Can you commit to that?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. And then the other thing is we've spent enough time agonizing about this, but you got to log your scores.
Yeah.
And you can't skip the strength.
And do the strength work.
Yeah. We just talked about how great you are already at your aerobic.
Right.
So if we're going to skip something, what are we going to skip?
That.
Well, you said that like it's going to make you unhappy.
Well, what? I mean.
Yeah. So I want to make sure that this isn't something that you're being forced into, that you're happy about those decisions.
Right. No, I just need to. How about instead, I just need to make the time in my day for the strength.
Maybe. But also remember, you said one of your main priorities is getting stronger, being able to express that because you feel that will help your members live a bigger, healthier life because you'll be able to relate better, correct? So keep that in mind of why.
Yeah.
It won't feel like you're giving up your aerobic training then.
Right.
It'll feel like, actually, this aligns with where I'm going.
Right.
Got it?
Yeah.
Cool. And then I would, your last one is personal or professional development. Let's just create let me ask you this. Do you think listening to or reading, let's just call it, 5 hours for the month of how to market or selling your brand? Do you think you could commit to something like that? Right.
Committing to that, selling your brand, and even just the professional, like, Maffetone's endurance training
all of it.
Book. Taking the time out of my day to not look at Instagram, but read a book that's professional oriented instead.
How does that priority align with you?
Great. I mean, it's something that I'm not great at. I don't know where to start with. So if I had a goal to, I'm all about a list that I can check off.
So what do you, 5 or 4 or 3 days a week, can you commit to an hour of education for, learning about how to build your community?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So what do we commit? 3 or 5? 3?
3.
Start with 3. 3 days, 1 hour. Cool.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
Feel like you got something accomplished today?
Yeah.
Feel good about it?
I think everyone should do this.
Cool. Awesome.
You should make all the new members wear the headphones and speak into the mic.
We might lose some numbers.
No.